It seems Meghan Markle's grand entrance into the already crowded lifestyle brand industry isn't going as smoothly as she might have hoped. In a world dominated by influencers, moguls, and self-made entrepreneurs, one of the biggest names in the game, Kim Kardashian, has allegedly laughed off the Duchess of Sussex's latest business venture as uninspired, shallow, and out of touch. According to whispers from a private dinner party in Los Angeles, Kim didn't hold back when the topic of Meghan's new lifestyle brand came up. Sources claim the Skims billionaire gave a knowing smirk and called the endeavor copy-paste influencer stuff, reportedly adding, "She wants my career without my hustle." The room, insiders say, erupted in knowing chuckles, while Meghan's name lingered in the air, once again associated not with prestige or innovation, but with privilege and performance. For Meghan Markle, the pivot from royalty to branding maven has always carried an air of contradiction. On one hand, she portrays herself as a trailblazer, escaping the archaic confines of the British monarchy to carve her own path. On the other, she seems determined to cash in on the very royal identity she claims to have been oppressed by. Her upcoming lifestyle line is rumored to include luxury goods, home decor, and wellness items, territory already dominated by celebrities with long-established empires. To critics, it's just another example of Meghan attempting to reinvent herself in someone else's mold, this time, Kim Kardashian's. But Kim's alleged jab cuts deeper than just market competition. It speaks to a growing perception that Meghan wants the rewards of fame, fortune, and global adoration without putting in the grit required to build a brand from scratch. Kim, after all, didn't stumble into success, she crafted it over decades, transforming scandal into strategy and cultivating a billion-dollar empire brick by brick. Meghan, by contrast, appears to many as someone constantly seeking shortcuts, leveraging her royal title and victim narrative to skip the line. This latest ridicule comes as Meghan's broader credibility faces renewed scrutiny. Her ventures with Prince Harry, ranging from their explosive Oprah interview to their multi-million-dollar deals with Spotify and Netflix, have often sparked more backlash than applause. Critics argue that Meghan's public image is built more on grievance than genuine substance. While she preaches authenticity, empowerment, and independence, her actions frequently appear calculated, opportunistic, and driven by the very elitism she claims to reject. Her short-lived Spotify deal, for instance, ended with the streaming giant walking away, reportedly dissatisfied with the Sussexes' lack of productivity. One executive even dubbed them grifters, a word that, though harsh, has taken hold among those skeptical of their seemingly endless self-promotion. Her podcast, Archetypes, was supposed to dismantle harmful stereotypes about women, but instead offered curated conversations with celebrities that often felt superficial and overly controlled. There was no hard-hitting journalism, no real exploration, just carefully filtered narratives that positioned Meghan as a misunderstood thought leader. Now, with a lifestyle brand on the horizon, many are asking, what exactly is Meghan offering that the world hasn't already seen? Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop. Kim Kardashian has Skims. Blake Lively, Jessica Alba, and even Hailey Bieber are competing in this space. These women didn't just slap their names on a label, they built businesses with identity, authenticity, and consumer trust. Meghan's foray, on the other hand, feels more like a brand extension of her royal title than an expression of personal vision. And that's exactly where Kim's mockery hits hardest. For all the glamour Meghan projects, she remains tethered to her Duchess status, a title she clings to even while criticizing the institution that gave it to her. She markets herself as a champion of the modern woman, but many view her efforts as hollow, performative, and overly polished. Her image management is so meticulous that nothing feels real anymore. Whether it's her posture in photos, her media interviews, or even her pauses during public speaking, everything seems rehearsed, like an actress who hasn't dropped the script. Perhaps that's why Hollywood, which once buzzed with Meghan mania, is growing colder toward her. The novelty has worn off. The star power, once fueled by curiosity and controversy, is dimming under the weight of overexposure. Meghan and Harry's move to Montecito promised privacy and peace, but the couple has remained stubbornly front and center in the media, on their own terms, of course. Privacy, it seems, was never the real goal. Control was. What Meghan is finding now is that control doesn't automatically equate to credibility. In an age where consumers demand transparency and relatability, it's not enough to have a royal title and a glossy Instagram feed. Building a brand takes more than curated aesthetics, it takes connection, humility, and hard-earned trust. And while Meghan may have the name recognition, she's still struggling to establish the authenticity required to keep the spotlight. Kim Kardashian, for all her controversies, has never pretended to be something she's not. She embraced her reality TV origins, learned from her missteps, and turned her name into an empire. Meghan, in contrast, seems desperate to be taken seriously without enduring the vulnerability or public scrutiny that comes with real growth. She wants to be seen as a thought leader, a mogul, a feminist icon, but her rise is built more on sound bites than substance.